Hello, hello! As I promised in my review of Wednesday's episode 4 of season 2, I will make a fool of myself by making a prediction on the big bad of season 2 just halfway through the season. I will also make some general predictions based on what we've seen in the first 4 episodes, and I will review the newly released trailer for part 2. Let's get into it. The mid-season finale upended everything we had thought about the big bad. It's not going to be the avian normie that birded P.I. Bradbury and Tyler stud. She might still play a part, as she was last seen running away in the corridors of Willow Hill, but she's certainly much less of a threat now that we know all about her. So there's another big bad. I mean, obviously, there's another 4 episodes left. And this, I think, would be the requirements for the big bad. Firstly, they need to be someone that we have seen or heard of in the first 4 episodes, to have the twist element of a mystery show, so it can't be Thanos. Secondly, they need to be somehow connected to the Addams family in order for there to be an impact, much like Laurel Gates was connected to the Addamses via her brother. Thirdly, they need to be connected to Willow Hill, because otherwise it wouldn't have featured so much in the first 4 episodes. Our best clue at the moment is Wednesday's vision. We have already heard from Morticia and even Xavier that visions cannot always be trusted, but this vision is too suspicious to begin with. At first, coupled with Xavier's drawing of the bird, it seemed to imply that the avian would be behind it, but I posit that the vision is a fabrication rather than a representation of the truth. So far, all of Wednesday's visions have almost been witness accounts, usually of the past. For example, she saw Crackstone burn those outcasts back in the day. Or she saw Tyler kill Dr. Beige at the end of season 1. Or in the first episode when she couldn't see Agnes stalking her because literally Agnes was invisible. Sometimes she does see the future, like when in season 1 she saw a farmer die at the road accident. Or when she saw Tyler as a Hyde attack Eugene in the forest at the night of the Raven Dance. Only once have we seen her interact with a vision, and that's when Goody, a powerful witch, reached out to her. So this vision is really bizarre in that she interacts with Enid being covered in blood and accusing her of being responsible of her death, and Wednesday also seeing her gravestone. What's going on here? How can Enid both be dead and alive at the same time if this is a factual vision like the rest of them? It feels more like nightmare territory. What if someone with great psychic abilities was able to induce this vision, picking a subject that would engage Wednesday the most? Like in its life. They could have picked an Addams family member to be at risk, I guess, but that wouldn't feel solely as Wednesday's responsibility as this one does. Why would someone want to pick on Wednesday in particular? They want to target the Addams family, and Wednesday is a good candidate. She is one out of 2 people in the family with confirmed psychic powers that can be reached through their minds, maybe. The other one being her mother. Unlike her mother, her lack of experience and her staggering arrogance make her a good target. She's always 100% convinced that she's right, and she's stubborn as hell. Morticia would be more likely to recognize a fake vision, and/or would be unlikely to act rashly on a vision she was uncertain of. So who could be behind it? There is one person with known psychic abilities connected to the Addamses, with Willow Hill history that we have heard about and also probably briefly seen in the first 4 episodes, and it is Ophelia Frump. My premise is that Ophelia Frump, who is absolutely the woman Wednesday liberated from that nightmarish prison, has a grudge against Hester Frump and possibly Morticia, and has been honing her psychic abilities for the last 20 years in order to take her revenge. We know she went missing 20 years ago, having allegedly escaped Willow Hill before Fester went looking for her, but I think she certainly hasn't been in Lois the whole time. The apparent story, that I think will be presented as her backstory at first, when she's recognized as Ophelia by Morticia and the rest of the family, will be that she was the first patient victim of Gus Stonehurst and has been imprisoned ever since. And while she could have been originally a victim, there are some differences to all the other outcasts. Firstly, there was no obituary for her, and secondly, other than disorientation, she doesn't have any of the visible torture signs that the other outcasts in those cells had. I think she sent that vision to Wednesday pretty much as soon as Wednesday started getting black tears, and she deliberately added the birds there so that there can be a Willow Hill connection that would lead Wednesday to the psychiatric facility and to liberating her, and she would be readmitted to the family and play out her revenge. Wednesday is the apple of her mother's and grandmother's eye, and using her both as a target and as a wedge between them them would certainly inflict maximum pain. Allow me a small point. At the final scene of the episode, at the Hide Wednesday standoff, we don't see Tyler throw Wednesday outside the window. We see them looking at each other, and then we get a projectile Wednesday. We don't actually know what happened. I'm not suggesting that they were kissing, but guess who else was there? Ophelia at the sidelines. Wednesday will wake up remembering the Hide's face and then the pavement. But what if something more interesting transpired between those stages? Can I also point out that the old doctor's current mental health state could also be attributed to someone psychically braining him out, only for Slurp to finish him off? Finally, in terms of character development, looking at the third season, it would be great drama for Wednesday, Morticia, Hester, and the whole family if someone so close to them turned out to be a villain. And what a warning call for Wednesday as a raven if she resembles her aunt. Anyway, feel free to come back in a month's time and tell me how wrong I was. Next, I will regale you with my predictions from everything we've seen in the first 4 episodes. The Da Vinci students will feature heavily in the endgame. They are mentioned almost in every episode, compared to 0 mentions in season 1. Somebody will be vying for their powers or something. It's almost certain that Gideon of the Morning Song cult will visit Nevermore. I think Gomez will prove himself doing something cool before the season ends. Maybe we'll see if he has a power that we don't know of. Something chess related will happen with Thing. I now think that the zombie was trying to say Brian to Pugsley and Eugene because that's his name. I'm still suspicious about that camping trip. The clash with the cadets booking and the full moon makes it look like someone planned it on purpose like that. But who and why? Was it to make it easier for Wednesday to get to that cabin? Isadora Capri went to that facility with great timing, just as Brian was moved there, and played Zombie on the piano for the patients. Is there something there? I still think she's an agent of good rather than evil. And now that the part 2 trailer is out, let's review that too. What a surprise! Wednesday doesn't die from that fall at the end of the episode 4, but she appears to have woken up seeing dead people, and particularly Principal Wims. And while I'm happy to see my absolute fave, it's clear that something weird is going on. Wims is neither Wednesday's ancestor nor a psychic, so she can't be her spiritual guide, and she has also never been that chirpy. I think that supports my theory that someone is messing with Wednesday's head. It's Ophelia. There's several events we're going to see. There's the gala that we have been hearing about, there's something called Los Spooky Noches in Pilgrim World, and there's also Outcast Day of Remembrance, although it looks like it's a night. Brian, looking absolutely great, all the brain eating really helped, is seen opening a crypt to some more of his backstory maybe? Sorry, I won't make any other jokes. The Addams Frump women are having a seance of some sort and are talking about dark secrets, and that's definitely again Ophelia related. Tyler is still after Wednesday and in it. We see him blending in as a human and hiding out. And I think Tyler may have abducted someone. There's a scene where the kids appear to be facing him while holding fencing swords, which doesn't seem very effective, while Wednesday is facing him holding a syringe. Principal Dort has a maquette of the school with an F on one of the towers. He is working hard to get some of that frump money of Hester, and I'm pretty sure Bianca is siren-songing her. There's Wednesday at Hester's mansion, getting life lessons while clay pigeon shooting. Fester is back. Wednesday is seen wielding an axe and doing some damage in Iago Tower. There's a broken Addams gravestone where we can't see the name. I will take a gander that this is also an induced vision rather than a reality. There's explosions, there's snakes, there's running around cemeteries. Looks pretty good. Can't wait for part 2. And those were my predictions. Let me know in the comments if you think I was way off, or if you have something else that you think might happen. If you enjoyed this, please consider liking or subscribing. As always, thanks for watching.